Hey guys, welcome. I'm Rob Tate. Welcome to the Running Journey, episode 152. This one is a two kind of part in the same episode. You're in for a special treat because the first half of the episode, roughly third, let's say, is me and Charlie talking about the prep for Frozen Falcon. Frozen Falcon is the race that we're recapping in this episode. Charlie did Frozen Falcon. You recall he did this thing 3 years ago, had a bad day, didn't like it. It was very, very tough. I believe he had said at the time he's never doing this again, but here he is trying it again. It's an 8-hour timed race, most among the loops possible. The loops are backyard style in length, 4.1 miles roughly, 6.6 or so kilometers in length in Falcon Lake. So they're out there, and the cool thing with this is there's snow on the ground. There's going to be ice, and it's going to be different conditions during the day, and it makes it a lot tougher. So first part, Charlie talking about this. Second part, we're actually recapping the race, so you get it all in one episode. Episode 152 of the Running Journey. It's a really good one. I love these recap episodes because Charlie lays it all out, and I'm not going to spoil it, but there are some names that you're going to recognize once we get into who won, who did well, top fives, top 10. So episode 152, TRJ. It's a good one. Enjoy. All right, Charlie, this weekend you have a race. This one has been, I'll say, a thorn in your side in the past. You are running Frozen Falcon, which is, first off, tell us about the race. It's Sunday, 8 a.m. start, I believe, at the Falcon Lake Ski Hills. What's the race?
9 a.m. start, 9 to 5. It's 8 hours. There is a meeting, mandatory meeting somewhere around 8 o'clock. I'm not sure. So
Details.
Details, yeah. And it's a matter of doing as many loops as you can in those 8 hours. From what I checked on my Training Peaks, one loop is around 4.2 miles. There's supposed to be 4 miles. So that's the race.
What does that distance remind you of?
It's almost like a backyard. It's interesting.
It's exactly the same distance as a backyard.
Yeah. So curious. I mean, I think we did talk to Joel at some point if he would ever consider doing a backyard for that. That'd be probably not that many loops because
it's in the winter.
Well, the conditions like running on that, it's like snow, right? So it's not easy.
Yeah, 8 hours. So I talked to Joel as my personal trainer, and I see him twice a week. And I chatted with him this week. He's pretty excited about the race. He thinks the conditions will be really, really good. He's got some worries, obviously, that it gets a little too warm and it gets like crunchy, slushy, icy. But it looks like it'll be -7 or something. Did you check?
It's like -12 or something early on the day, and it warms up to maybe -5. Like, it's
more importantly,
pretty ideal. Yeah.
More importantly, overcast, no cloud cover, so it's not going to be like sun melting the snow and making it like slushy. Yeah. So he says he thinks it'll be really good conditions, opportune conditions, potentially, depending, obviously. Yeah, you don't want it. It's one of those Goldilocks situations. You don't want it too warm. Obviously, you want to run warm, but I mean, you don't, because then you're well, if you had I guess there is no perfect. You would take perfect running traction conditions above perfect weather conditions, right?
Well, I mean, I don't want it. I'm getting old now. I don't want it to be too cold. I can't handle the cold anymore, so not too cold.
Yeah, but 12 will be fine. I mean, I know it's cold.
Yeah. I think as long as you're not in the -20s, I think it's enters a wind chill. I think we're fine.
Yeah. And you've done this race before. Give us a quick summary of what you did.
I'm trying to find it, but yeah, I did it previously. I was injured going into it. With that plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, you had a horrible day.
No, I wouldn't say I had a horrible day, but I think it just started hurting, and I just decided like I was done. Like I didn't want to make it worse. So I did 20 miles.
How many times did you do this race?
This is only my second time. Yeah.
Okay. Man, I remember you weren't happy on the podcast after, from what I recall.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't very happy with the result. No, I mean, but like, it is what it is. I was injured, like, so.
Well, I know you're injured. I'm just saying at that point you weren't ever.
Yeah.
So this year, you're just coming off like a period of not running and a kind of an extended period of not running. But are you back now? Like, are you running? Did you run this week?
Yeah, I started running maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. I did practice some yards. I actually did like 50 or so miles the week before, but a lot of slow miles. I started running on the treadmill because it's like way easier than running outside.
Do you have a treadmill?
Yeah, I have a treadmill in the garage.
Okay.
So that's actually super nice. It's like cool in there.
Yeah.
So it actually feels too easy. So
You're cheating. You're cheating.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even have to run because the belt just makes you move.
Well, my heart strap doesn't even register my heart rate. It's so low when I start. No, I'm kidding. But
okay, so what do you want to do? What's your goal here? Have you set a goal?
I remember how hard it was, and so I don't want to be like. I hope I can do 10 loops. If things go really well, maybe 11. But I would be happy even with 9 or 8. I think because I just remember how hard it was. So not create. Plus, it's not like I'm in like peak shape here. Like, I mean, I was in really good shape right before I got sick. But I've deterred. Like, I'm not where I was back then. So it's like I'm like at 80%, maybe 90% or something. Like I'm in pretty good shape, but not super great shape, right? So
okay. So the race, it's an 8-hour maximum amount of loops that you can do. The loops are 4.2 miles. There is a yurt, I believe, at the it's like the starting point, and you've got their stuff in there. I'm assuming there's food and there's whatever in there from what I recall. Joel makes chili, and there'll be some pastries, and you have your own food, and there'll be water. And you just go out, you do 4.2 miles, 6.6.
Yeah, so I looked at it. It was actually about 4.0, slightly less than 4.1 miles. Okay. So it's not quite that as long as I said it was, but yeah.
Okay. So still pretty darn close to the backyard length, which is 4.16.
Yeah. So slightly shorter than that, but yeah.
Really slightly shorter, but yeah.
Yeah.
And you just go and you just keep doing loops till you can't do loops anymore. Are you gonna bring anything with you on your loops?
I've decided I'm bringing nothing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna bring gels.
Yeah.
Because those are light. So I'm gonna bring like my plan is to come in, drink some fluids and some carbs. Bring like one kind of snack with me to eat because there's a very, very steep hill at the beginning of each loop.
Okay.
So like there's no point. Like, I mean, I could run it, but I feel like there's no point running it. So I'm just gonna eat something solid while I go up that hill, like a granola bar or something, or a fruit source bar or whatever. And then halfway through the loop, do one gel. And that I'm not gonna carry anything. My point is so I'm gonna. I mean, except for those gels and that one bar that I want to grab at every.
And you'll take the rest of your nutrition through like scratch.
Yeah, just Gatorade, whatever.
Okay.
I'm just gonna whatever. Yeah,
whatever they have there. Okay, so
I mean, it's gonna be, but it adds up to almost like 80 grams an hour.
Oh no, I know. I wasn't saying that. I wasn't saying it was light. I was just trying to get a feel. But what I'm getting at is you're not gonna sit there and eat a bowl of rice or whatever or mashed potatoes. You're gonna get mostly through like biking type nutrition.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I would look at this race as like a similar effort as like an Ironman bike, I mean, I think it could go well.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like fuel like an Ironman bike too.
You're going to know a lot of people there. So 10,
Oh man,
10
I checked the field. Sorry, go ahead. But I don't know.
no, that's
I
where I'm
checked the
going.
field, and it's crazy how many good runners there are. I'm like ranked 18th or something. Not even. I don't know. Top 20 would be a great. There's at least 8 guys that I know that have run sub 3 hour marathons in that field, and that doesn't count Aaron Webb, who's like probably would easily run a sub 3 if he did, but
Yeah.
he doesn't really run them.
Is he the favorite?
That's debatable. So there's this kid called Holden Reich who is super fast. He ran a 2:47 at Manitoba this year, and he's also done like the 50K races and stuff like that. So I would say he's probably the favorite,
Okay.
but I got inside scoop from the soccer coach yesterday that Holden was the favorite. So it's him or Aaron, I would say, or our buddy Victor, I think could potentially factor in.
Okay, so this is where I was going with this. So
He texted me. He said he was going to do 13 loops.
that's what he told me too.
So I mean, so I think if he does 13, he'll be in the running.
So 13 is, I talked to Joel, 13 is the record.
Yeah, I don't think it's very rare that the guys do 13. Like I know Scott Dodds did 50 something, but that was a
Modified course.
different
Modified
course.
course.
Exactly, right. So on the normal course, I don't think anyone's ever done 52. I think 48's the most anyone's ever done.
12 is the most on the norm. I talked to Joel about this yesterday.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, what?
Yeah, so I mean, yeah. So I didn't know it was the record, but I thought so. Yeah, go explain it.
I was telling Joel, I said, "Oh, who do you think's going to win or whatever?" And he knows all these people, obviously, like Caroline Fisher's running, and there's a guy from Kenora, Mike Lang. I think he's got a pretty good pedigree.
Mike Lang's up there. I think I had him ranked in my standings, so I kind of geeked out on this and kind of did some standings. I had him I had actually ranked him 6th, Mike Lang. So that's how good the field is. But he's a 2:54 marathoner.
Yeah, and like Josh Markham's a good runner. There's a lot of really good runners. There's Alain Fouadal, Marco's brother. Tanis Malkowski, that's Trav's, my old curling buddy's wife. Anyways, and a lot of other people. But the point I want to make is he told me this, and Victor told me this, and we are big fans of Victor on this channel, obviously. And I told Joel, hey, what's the record for whatever? And he goes, oh, it's 12, but the course is 13. I said, who do you think's going to win? And he named all of these names that you and I are.
But he didn't name Victor because he doesn't have a record. He doesn't have a record.
No, yeah, it does.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I don't know what you were going to say.
No, I'm going to say, so he's like, I said, oh, I got a buddy who thinks he might do 13 loops. And he goes, like Aaron Webb or Scott Dodds or who? And I was like, oh, Victor Loet. And he's like, oh, yeah, I saw that name. Yeah, he's registered. And I was like, he had no idea who this guy was. So he's like, oh, that guy wants to do 13 loops. And Joel is very diplomatic in what he was saying. But the vibe I got from Joel, sorry if I'm sharing something I should, he didn't say this, but it's like 0 chance Victor is doing 13. Is the like a newcomer, first timer, like he's not ready for this. I told Joel though, man, this guy's a beast. This guy's an animal. This guy I think he'll deliver something special. I think he can. He's young. He's hungry. He's got a crazy engine. I'm not saying he's going to win, but I'm saying it's quite possible he gets to 13.
I think he's got a chance. I think I have a lot of confidence. Anyways, if he doesn't, I mean, I don't know if he knows how hard it is to run there. Because I know under normal, so he would easily do that. Be no problem, but it's hard.
Yeah, and Joel is like, "Oh man, I hope he does it. That's great. Like the field is so strong." I told that guy was like, he's excited. Joel was excited that this guy is like another strong racer coming.
Battle there at the front. Like I think this Holden kid. I don't know if Aaron Webb's going to try to win, but if he tries to win, like there's going to be all these guys at the front just going hard.
Yeah,
Ryan Giuliano, Joshua Markham, Mike.
Well, yeah, Ryan Giuliano's in there too. Yeah,
Kurt Huff. There's going to be these guys just going for it, man. And I'll feel like the old man behind, but I mean, it'll be fun.
Yeah. And I don't know, have you talked to Juice about his goal? I think it's 10 loops or.
No, I didn't ask him. We talked briefly yesterday, but he just
And
told
I
me
saw
Holden's gonna win. So
that's what he said. Okay, I think I met Holden at the Junel's running day, boxing day thing, running day,
okay,
because
yeah.
Juice was with all his trail running buddies. Just standing
Okay.
and we went through like Whittier Park. He was like, "Hey, come on, let's go running in the trails." And I think I've told this story. Like, why are we running in a foot of snow? Like, it was like ankle
Was
like,
good
it was-
training for
oh.
Frozen Falcon. I did that trail. Like 8 times. I did that trail like 9 times when we had the deep snow.
No, but wait, I'm not talking about just the regular trail in Whittier. The one,
The
you
one
know,
that goes to the river, yeah, I did it.
not that one. Let me
Okay.
finish. The
Okay.
one that goes behind my house, there's that soccer field in the middle of nowhere on the Gaburi side park.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's like you have to get through the BMX trails in the Gaburi park, and then you hang a hard left if you're coming out, and it's like way in the back of that soccer field on the other side of the tracks.
Oh, okay.
I'd been there once maybe, and I run.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was mental. You could check. It was. Why are we here? But anyway,
Running in a foot of snow is hard.
yeah, and I could just kind of hear some grumbling behind me. I was second. Juice was leading, and he's like, "All right, this is awesome." And I could hear grumbling behind me. And then when we kind of got to like the next spot, it was like, "Ah," and I was like, "Hey, man, it's not me. It's Juice." Juice is like, "What?" And everyone's like, It's a little much, don't you think? Like, can we just run like on the river, like a normal trail run?"
Is Rocky year or what? Rocky 4
Like,
here? What's going on?
And one of the guys was trying to do 50K that day. And I heard him say something like, "Dude, I can't do 50K of this, man. Like, I can't do 50K."
Well, that counts as 3. Whatever.
We were doing like 9-minute kilometers or whatever in that stretch. Anyways, so Juice is running. I know he'll do well because he's he's ready. So any other names that we missed that you think might be favorite? I know we named a lot of them there, but
I think we named them all. I think there's this guy, Kurt Huff, who's never really done ultras, but he's a sub-3 marathoner.
Okay. So 8-hour race, and the thing is, you have to finish the loop. So if you don't finish the loop, there's no prizes for a quarter loop or a half loop. It reverts back to whoever finished the prior loop before. If they
according to the rules, it says like depending on your lap times, if they'll allow you to go for your last loop. I know that if ever I want to do 11, they need to be 43-minute loops. So that's kind of my plan, is to just try to do all 43s.
But I mean, I talked to Joel yesterday, and because all we did is talked about this for an hour straight, and he'll let, like, unless you're dying or he doesn't think you can actually do it, he's gonna let you try to do your loop.
Oh, okay, well, that's good. Yeah. So do my last loop in like 37 if I need.
He says it happens. It happens especially in the women's side.
Well, yeah, because all of a sudden you get energy. You know, it's your last loop, and
someone will be like, "Oh, there's no time to do another loop," so they'll stop, and then because there's less competitors, is why I'm saying on the women's side than the men's side.
Yeah.
So then they'll just stop, and then someone else could win the race by doing a fast loop. Like, you could do a 38-minute loop or whatever, and if you're feeling great, right? I'm not saying
it could be possible. It could be possible. Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, like, don't let the average time, like, try to do it if you can, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to maybe speed up ahead of time so I don't have to do a 38-minute loop. So let's say, keep consistent at 43 instead. But yeah.
And the thing is, you're gonna know with like 3 hours left, you're gonna be timing. You're gonna know roughly what the last 2-3 hours are gonna look like. You're like, okay, this loop's gonna take that much time. I need 2-minute break. And you're gonna start allocating your time accordingly. I think, right? Probably.
Yeah, at some point you're going to decide, okay, this is a realistic number, and then you'll just you'll pace yourself accordingly.
Yeah, it becomes impossible to do one more than that when there's less than X many hours, and then you're like, okay, I have this much time to do this many loops.
Yeah. It depends on how much you want to grind it out too. Like, I mean, that's what I'm hoping. So that's what I'm hoping I can get out of this, is just like try to start off at a pace like 43, and then like I know they might be hard at the end, but just like force myself to grind out these 43-minute loops.
And don't waste the time in the hot. Those are minutes you could be running.
No,
You know that, but I'm just repeating it. Like, because if you take 2 minutes in the hut, it could have been a 45-minute loop. Like,
it's
way easier to do a 45-minute. I saw Scott Dodds yesterday. He said hi, and he said he'll see you tomorrow.
Where did you? Oh, you went to track. You got bad news, your knee or something.
Yeah, we'll just stay away from that topic.
We'll ignore that topic for now.
We'll ignore that topic for now.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
got crutches. Yeah, so I don't know if my race is out or what, but anyways, we'll hope that it just figures itself out. But by the time we release this portion of the episode, I'll be running 20 milers already, hopefully by then. Anyways, Charlie, you go Sunday, January 11th at 9 a.m. at Frozen Falcon. The goal is 10, outside shot at 11. Anything else you want to add?
No, this will be this will be a lot of fun. I mean, and hopefully also I can grind out some tough loops there.
Yeah, it's going to be great for your training for your backyard.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. The next part of this episode, right after this, will be the summary. So we'll find out. Let's stick around, find out how Charlie did.
Yeah.
And we just fast forwarded several days, and now the race is over. Sitting here with Charlie. He ran Frozen Falcon 2 days ago. No, yesterday. You ran that yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
So how did it go? Open-ended question to start. Wait. I should preface this by saying, those of you that want to go back into the archives and listen to episode 15 of the running journey, it is Charlie recapping what was his toughest race ever up until that point. 3 years ago, you did the Frozen Falcon, and I believe you had said something like you're never doing that again. So now, how did it go yesterday?
Well, I definitely felt like I was. It was a bit easier than the previous time, at least for the first 4 loops. I mean, so I think it went okay. I mean, considering my training plan was kind of like the opposite of how you would train for this, where I basically didn't train for 3 weeks because I was sick for the marathon, and then I did like 55 miles the week before. So I kind of did the opposite of what you would do to train for this. So I felt pretty good actually to start. So I was doing like I think my first 4 loops. So at first I was like 10 or 11 was kind of what I wanted to do.
Okay, wait. We just heard on here, just heard on here. I listened to it.
Yeah.
Your goal was 10, and 9 you'd be happy, 8 you'd be happy, considering where you're coming from. But your goal was 10. That's what you said on this episode. But I guess
I thought if everything went well, that maybe I wanted to do 11.
10 was the number. I think you might have said stretch goal. Yeah,
if everything went well, I think I wanted to do 11. I think that's what my mind.
But you would have been happy with 8. You said.
Yeah. I mean, so anyway, so I started off and it felt pretty good to go. Like, so I was doing, my first loop was 30, like all my loops, my first 4 loops were all like 38 minutes.
Okay. Like a 1 minute break or not?
1 or 2 minute break. So on my 4th loop, I had to, so that's when it started. So actually everything was going well. 3rd loop, I started having stomach issues and I had to go to the bathroom quite a bit and I couldn't eat. I was barely eating. So 4th loop, I had to go to the bathroom. So that took me like 3 minutes. I mean, 3 minutes is not a big deal, but it was a 38-minute. I had slowed down a little bit. It was like a 39.5-minute loop and then another 3 minutes. So I think after 3 loops, I think I was about 4 minutes under 40-minute per loop pace.
And 40 minutes per loop pace gets you 12 loops.
12 loops. So I was way ahead of what I was thinking, right?
And remember, a loop, I know we've said this, is 4.1 miles or 6.5.
Yeah, about 4.1, yeah. With everything, with the going and whatever. So I thought everything was going great. And then loop 4, yeah, I started having stomach problems. Actually, loop 3, I started having stomach problems. Not to mention I had to pee a million times. So then
Were you peeing on the course or between the loops?
I was peeing on the course mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes between, but mostly I
So
think it probably averaged over 1 pee per loop. I probably
you
did.
were not dehydrated. Don't eat yellow snow.
But here's the thing, I had save this for, but in the entire race I drank less. I drank about 1 liter of fluids for 8 hours of.
Okay, but wait, what's happening, Charlie? I guess there's a punchline here, but like you know that you're supposed to drink water, or you couldn't. You couldn't drink the water.
I was just peeing so much, and plus the only thing I had was so I was trying to save money and not do scratch, so I had Gatorade.
Come on,
Yes,
come on, Claude.
This
Come
is
on,
true.
Claude.
So, anyways, so
Clothes are
it
dead.
was really bad for my stomach. I realized I did it easily, like when I was doing my loops and stuff and practicing my loops, like it was fine because so much of an easier pace, right?
Sorry,
So-
what part was fine when you're doing your loops, your practice loops?
Doing Gatorade, I was doing just Gatorade. Oh, because I didn't want to spend like $1 million on scratch.
It would have been like $20, $30.
For the race, yeah, but for the
What did you
practice,
spend to register for the race?
yeah, I should have. Plus, the other thing is, plus there was a sponsor, Big Sky. So shout out to them that they're
Carolyn Fisher, she had a day. Wow. Anyways, go ahead.
So they were sponsoring Tailwind. So I could have just had water set up and then just fill my water bottle with Tailwind. Anyways, so
So I said, those of you that listened to this episode, everyone did because you made it this far. I said, oh, you're just going to use Scratch or something like that? You're like, yeah, I'll see. You cheaped out on Scratch?
yeah, scratch. It's too expensive.
Oh, but when you do 4-hour bike rides, 6-hour bike rides, what do you do?
I would just bring like 2 bottles of Gatorade because I was too cheap. I didn't want to.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
I
Come
do
on,
maybe
Charlie.
one real practice with the
Okay,
real
but wait.
stuff.
On the practice, I get it because we're talking about practice.
Yeah.
We talking about practice, not the game. We talking about practice. But on the game, you gotta be doing scratch, man.
Yeah. I should have been. Yeah, or
Oh, I'm
Tailwind at least.
so disappointed. Oh.
And then the other thing is I had food and I had these granola bars and they were going down fine at first 3 loops. They were a little frozen. There was like the no name brand, which was going down better. I should have had more of those no name brands because those were going down better. But then there was like a stand of like candy,
M&Ms and stuff?
like sour
Jujubes, okay,
patch.
peaches, and yeah, straight sugar.
Yeah, so I had one on loop 3. So I was like, okay, I'll just skip. I don't feel like having a granola bar or like having Gatorade. And I just skipped it and I got like 6 with Dodsy. I don't know what
Your
his
buddy,
name.
Steven Dodd.
Scott Dodd was a volunteer, so shout out to him.
And I saw he did a couple laps too.
Yeah, he was doing laps and like I can't believe you're running this fast through this. Like, anyways, he was running fast. The other way.
He can run fast. He can
I
definitely
was
run
like,
fast.
what? I'm a terrible runner when I saw him. This is what I was thinking. Anyways, so I did like 6 of those. And
These little pouches that there's like 8 or
no,
6
it's
or
not
8 of them?
pouches. It's like little candy, Sour Patch candies. I don't know.
No, I know they're Sour Patch candies, but like individual candies or like you had 6
No,
or 8
there was no
individual
pouches. Like he
No pouch.
took them and put them in my hand.
Oh, got it. He had a whole bag.
Yeah, and I had like 5. I popped 5 in my mouth to like start the loop, and they were kind of cold because I guess it wasn't that warm in the yurt. Like stuff was like above freezing, but like barely. So I had a hard time like even just like eating those because they were so cold. So it took me like 3 minutes to eat those. Finally, I just swallowed them whole, and I think. Now I think, I don't know, maybe that was the start of my problems with the stomach. But anyways.
So I don't
Not
get
sure.
it. You can go out for like a 3-hour run, not touch an ounce of food, not have an issue, or water and not have an issue. And yet you try to prepare for your race, you try to eat and you try to do the right things, and you struggle, right?
Yeah, well, I guess it was kind of high intensity it was higher intensity.
Yeah,
Like my heart
we
rate was
worked.
pretty high because it was like I was averaging like my first few loops, it was like 9:15 per mile, but like on like the worst terrain, like uphill, downhill, like soft land. So that intensity was pretty big for me.
Yeah, so that's 5 minute 43 per kilometer. But to be very clear, for those of you that aren't in Manitoba right now, this is, I saw the videos. It was like slushy, icy. It wasn't great. I think running conditions, right? Like you're outside, it was -10 or something.
Well, I'd say it'd be like 20% harder than running on Winnipeg sidewalks right
Yeah.
now.
It'd be like on a beach-ish. Kind of like running on a beach.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, I felt like the conditions were good at the beginning, the first 3 loops. On the 4th loop, they were still good, but the only thing that happened was I had a hard time seeing where I was supposed to run.
Right, because visibility was low, right?
Just I had a hard time like seeing it.
Did you have
The
shade?
sun was out at the beginning, and then the clouds came on the 4th loop. And although the clouds made the surface better, it was hard to see. I just had a hard time seeing. I don't know.
No shades.
Hmm?
No shades.
It wasn't the shades. It was just I didn't have enough light to see the ground where I was supposed to land on these spots. That's just me and my inexperience, or maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. Because I saw other people, some people didn't have problems.
So you're too cheap to buy scratch. You were peeing a lot on the loops. You couldn't digest the jujubes, and your vision was failing. That it does sound like you're too old. Those are all old man issues.
Yeah. So no, I was doing well though. Loop 4,
I'm trying to be funny.
Yeah. Loop 4, I was actually, I think, let me see exactly. I think I was still at 40-minute pace per loop after.
You would have been near the front there for sure.
Actually not that near, but so yeah, I finished my 4th loop 2:38. So I was still 2 minutes ahead, 40-minute pace after the 4th loop. 5th loop 3:20:47. So it was only 1 minute 40 after.
So that was a 43-minute loop or 42-minute loop.
5th loop. So 5th loop was like a 40-minute loop, but I had to go to the bathroom again.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, all these loops, so like 3, 4, 5, 6. You mentioned Carolyn Fisher. I think she was pacing someone else, and I was just behind her the entire time. 3, 4, 5, 6. So she was so solid.
Well, she won the women's night. She did a course record, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I don't know, but she was at that point. I could see her. She was within. She would always like in the areas where to me it was hard to run, like the soft, terrible terrain. She would always like gain, and then when I would get to like hard terrain where I could actually feel like I could run, then I'd be like, okay, I'd run a bit more and I'd catch up a bit. And then also on the turnarounds, I would just go in and like, I was barely getting nutrition. I was taking like 2 sips of Gatorade or whatever, and then going back out. So my turnaround,
you'd gain some time
I would catch up, and then she would pass me on the loop almost every time.
So she did 10 loops. Okay, yeah, she did 10 loops. Did she? Anyways, I don't want to. Did she finish ahead of you?
Yeah, way ahead of me.
Okay.
But at that time, after loop 6, we were like close. At loop 6, she started pulling away at loop 6. So what happened was in the middle of loop 5, for me, it started snowing.
Okay.
So things started getting.
This would be like early afternoon, like 1-ish or 12:30 or something like that.
Well, it was 3 hours and 20 minutes. So it was just before 1.
Yeah.
So that's when it started getting to me. Like 5, it was just a little bit harder. 6 was significantly harder. 7 was even harder, and then 8 was even hard. Like, because as it snowed,
The
you get
terrain.
more of an accumulation of surface that you had to run
Yeah.
through. So it got harder and harder and harder, and I was getting more tired, like more tired and more tired. So yeah, anyways, I had a hard time handling the extra snow. I think on loop 6, there was this kid that passed me, Matt Kozicki,
Okay. Yeah.
and I thought for sure he was lapping me because like I was barely moving, but he was actually
On your loop.
on the same loop. He passed me. He was just pacing way better than me, I guess. Because then he ended up doing 11 loops
Okay. And he just passed you on the 6th loop. You said?
somewhere around there. Yeah. So,
Okay.
okay. So I finished my sixth loop in 4:04.
So
I
just
was
4 minutes behind.
I was only
behind
5 minutes
12.
behind. Yeah.
Behind 12 loop pace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a second.
Yeah. Yeah. No worries.
So yeah, so I was not that far behind, and so, but here's what I was thinking in terms of loops. So loop 4, loop 3, I was like, oh, maybe I could do 40s all the way. Like I felt good. The surface was good. I was.
You thought 12 might be in play, or no? You
I
thought
thought
11?
12 was in play still.
12 was in play. Got it.
Loop 4, things got slightly harder on loop 4, and I was like, I don't think 12 is possible, but 11 should be easy.
Because you have 40 minutes to spare now.
Well, I didn't have 40 minutes, but I was only gaining 3 minutes per loop.
No, but after loop 3 or 4, you were like on pace with 12 loops, right? Somewhere around there, or after loop
Yeah, but you're only gaining. There's only a 3-minute difference between 11 and 12 per loop.
Right. You're on pace for 12, but you had only gained about 9 minutes.
I was I was probably around 20 minutes ahead of
20 minutes ahead.
of 11.
Yeah, because you don't gain the whole pace right away. You gain it over time.
Yeah. So, but then, okay, so I'm like, okay, but 11 will be easy.
I got 20 minutes. I'm fine. 20 minutes.
No problem. But then
20 minutes on top of that, 20 minutes on top of 43 minutes, right? Because 11
if I kept doing 43s all the way till the end. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So I was like, no problem. 11. I'll just slow down. But I still did 5 and 6. Like I still did them. So 5 was around 40. Actually, 5 was less than 40, but with my extra time, it ended up being more than 40. And then 6 was a 44-minute loop. And that's when it started getting hard. But really, it was like a 42 and a half minute loop with the time in between. It ended up being 44, 45 or something. I guess it was 44 minutes, exactly 44 minutes. So then I was like doing the math, and I'm like, okay, well, if I want to do 11, I have plenty of time still, right? If I do my next loop, I was thinking, okay, if I do my next loop in 40, 45, 44 minutes like I just did, I'll be home in 4:48. I was doing this math as I was going.
Yeah, it was fun. I know you were loving it.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, well, 45-minute loops, I can do 4 in 3 hours. So I would have 12 minutes to spare if I just did 45-minute loops.
Right. You can still do 45s with 12 minutes.
And my last loop was a 42. So with like 44 with the rest and everything, but like if I didn't spend so much time resting, like because I had to go to the bathroom that loop, I was like, like 45 should be no problem.
So this is
and I have 12 minutes to spare. So
this is loop 6, right? Loop 6.
This was what I was thinking during loop 6. Yeah.
You're still thinking 11 is going to happen.
Yeah.
12 out the window.
7 is when it got really hard. So then it had been snowing for a while, and all of a sudden, to me, the course became like 5 minutes harder.
Okay.
And
I wonder, did you check to see others? Did they also, did their time reflect that too? I mean,
I think there was people that slowed down more than me, and there's people that slowed down less than me.
But it was about 5 minutes.
For me, it was like, because I'm not like, I'll get to people that passed me at the end and how good they looked, but for me, I was struggling after that snow. Like it was just the technique. I don't know if I don't have the technique or what, but I was like, I feel like I couldn't run it. So first of all, like I was slipping all over the place. I was scared of twisting my ankle.
What were you wearing?
I was wearing Ultra Flies. So
What are those? I don't even know what those are.
there's Nike's version of their Nike Ultra shoe with a carbon plate.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't think the carbon plate helped too much there. So the thing is that I had a checkpoint at the beginning of the loop. So the whole first portion of the loop was uphill, right? So about 1 kilometer in, I had like a checkpoint. I checked my lap, and the first loops, I was like 10:45, 10:30. And by the time I would get to the end with the same effort, it'd be like a 9:20 because it was kind of downhill from there on in. The first section was a lot of uphill. The crazy thing is, by the time I got to loop 7, I'd hit that checkpoint, and I feel like I was working the same amount of hard, but because of the extra snow going up the hills, like I hit that checkpoint and it'd be like 12 and a half, 13. And then the last loops, it got even worse, like 14. I had 15. So like 5 minutes slower. Anyways, yeah.
So I'm not doubting you. I know you feel that, but I think every time I've ever done 60, 70, 80K
yeah.
on the pave or on the trail or in the mountains, I always feel like, what the heck? Why is the same effort slower now than it is? And I think some of that is for sure the snow, and I agree with you. But some of that is just you being tired.
A little bit is me being tired, but
more than you think. I think.
I think it's 90%. I think 90% was the conditions getting tougher.
Okay. Fair enough. I disagree, but I respect that I wasn't there.
I mean, obviously part of it is me getting tired, but like, anyways, yeah.
Okay, so you were doing 10 minutes early. Now it's 12 minutes to get that first kilometer. So you're like, holy shit, I've already lost 2 minutes on the loop. Like,
yeah. But it just, honestly, like it almost like there were so many portions that were runnable the first 3 loops that I just couldn't run anymore because it was like too dangerous for me. Like, and I saw other people run it. Vital told me, we got to talk about Vital at some point here, but like I was falling all over the place. I was like slipping. I was like twisting my ankles because not only did there more snow and therefore it was slippery, the trail got worse because as people ran on it, it created more bumps and more like so you have to be more careful, and I couldn't see the ground. So it was,
were you going in other people's steps, or was it?
Yeah, exactly. People would land it and make a big pock mark, and you'd have to kind of avoid that. So yeah, it just got harder and harder. And I mean, obviously I'm getting more tired. So it was like everything is compounding, right? And actually, and the thing is, by the time I got to like loop 8, I had already decided now I'm just doing 10 at this point, right?
Yeah, 11's out now.
Yeah. Because like my loops got so slow. But it's weird. At loop 8, I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't need any more nutrition. I'm like done.
No.
So I stopped. I just loops.
There's only 2 hours left. What's the big deal?
Loop 8, 9, and 10. I just went in the hut and went straight out. Nothing. Didn't take anything. I didn't take anything in the last 4 loops. Which was probably stupid, but at that point, I don't think it didn't affect me nearly as much as how hard the trail was at the end. Like for me, there was patches even on the ice. So there's 3 little patches on the ice. The first 2 patches, like the first loops, I was running the whole way, and I was probably running like 9 minutes a mile, no problem. It was very comfortable because it was like I could see where I was landing. There was no slipping. It was all comfortable. But sometimes you'd like slip even on the first, and you'd sink or whatever. But by the time I got to the third, every 2 or 3 steps, I would like slip, I'd fall one way, so I started to combat that. I started like taking much, much shorter steps to like try to at least at least keep running. But here's the thing that was so weird for me, and I've never people who do ultras maybe have more experience with this, but I was working so hard just to do like 12-minute, 11.5-minute, 11.50-minute per mile pace. And it was like, why am I even running? I'm barely moving. Like, it was that I was booting. I was very much booting at the end, because it was like, I'm working so hard, and just to combat like the slipping and whatever. There's sections where like there'd be like, it was runnable the first 4 loops, but then by the time you got to the end after the snow, you had like this much thick of snow for sections that was between the lakes. That was hard. Anyways, it's a big complaint fest here, but it was just a tough.
I like the complaint fest. I like it. You know what it reminds me of? A little bit. The shoes on the other foot, but it reminds me a little bit of my description of Suffer on the Centennial.
Yeah,
I was slowing down. I couldn't understand why these people were going way faster than me, and I could see them, and I'm like, why? They're just better at me at doing this than me. And I'm not a shitty athlete, and yet I can't do it. And I just booted the whole way through. And booting, for those of you that don't know, is the French word for pouting, we'll say.
Yeah.
I hear you loud and clear, man. Like, I looked outside that day and I was like, oh man, this is going to be a battle. I just thought, man, it's going to be a battle. And I saw a few of the Instagram posts from people that were there.
But actually, like, honestly, the conditions, except for the snow, like, it was very nice. Like,
but this is what you get at Frozen Falcon. It's a race in the middle of winter in the coldest month of the year in the coldest city, with you're going up and down the ski hills, and there's a lake, and so you're gonna get whatever every year. And conditions deteriorate, and people slow down, and some people don't slow down.
Well, I pretty much everyone slowed down because I was like, because of the condition. Even the fast guys slowed down like crazy. Like Vital said, he slowed down. So okay, Vital update. Vital won.
Okay, called it.
And he would have won after doing 11, but like Joel convinced him to go do an extra one.
Joel, what a beauty!
And so he did 12. And the last one he told me he did it in like 40 minutes. I was like, how can you run on that?
He told him to do another one just so that he'd have the record to himself, like the first
tied. No, tied. People had done 12 before.
No, I know people had done 12, but no one was doing 12 at this race.
No one else
was first
12 because I think the next fastest was Joshua Markham, and he lapped me. He lapped me right at the end of my 10th loop, like right at the end when I was barely moving.
Is this accurate? This in order here on the Frozen website?
Well, you have to look at the laps because it's not necessarily accurate. So you have to look at their actual laps. So Josh Markham finished at 7:33. Yeah. Matt Kazicki, 7:52. That's the guy I thought for sure lapped me, but he actually just passed me.
And he just got his last loop in time.
Yeah.
Mike Lang,
7:48, and Aaron Webb, 7:44. So yeah, Josh Markham. So the only two that lapped me are Victor and Josh. Because Josh lapped me right at the end. And I say, oh, did you win? He's like, no, I think there's a guy in front of me. I hadn't seen Victor. So the funny thing is, to start the race, Victor just goes
a million miles an hour.
Way ahead of everyone. Like, way ahead. You could see him. So I was going down the lake.
Not playing it coy at all. He's like,
I'm going down the lake, and you can see, I was actually, the first loop, I was kind of hanging with the group. I was slightly slowing down a little bit, but I was like 10 meters behind the majority of the group, like all the fast runners.
Who else was in that group? Like, was Juicy at 8 or 9? There was
guys. There was
Anne Fodor would have been in there.
There's so many guys, but basically Aaron Webb and Josh Markham were setting the pace.
Yeah.
And everyone was just following them.
Okay.
And I was like, maybe
kind of what we called, right? Kind of what we predicted.
Yeah. And Victor, you could see him, and he was like half a kilometer, like out of maybe 200 meters ahead. Like he was way, 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 way ahead. Just went for it.
Psychological warfare.
Yeah, just went for it.
He's a killer. He's a bit of a killer, that Victor. He's
tough mentally too. He's tough, man.
You want him on your team for sure.
Anyways,
so okay, but to be clear, yes, this is a Butch Fest, and yes, this is an excuse festival. But you finished tied for 6th overall.
Well, I actually finished 10th.
Oh, okay,
yeah. But still, like, yes, 6th in terms of laps. I finished tied for 6th. Let's
tied
say.
for 6th.
Like,
so out of like, what do they have? 60 racers or something?
60 racers. No, I'm very happy with how well I did because I was butting, but I was still grinding at the end.
I think there's no way to do an ultra without butting at the end. I don't know. I haven't ever been able to do.
I hated it.
There's always a Butch Fest at the end.
But yeah, but my big shout outs for people who finished strong was like,
okay, let's hear this. Yeah.
For sure, Caroline Fisher, like she just like got stronger and stronger by the end.
Not her first rodeo, right? Like she's done this before and she gets it and she knows running, and shout out.
And then Justin Legaye,
Juice.
So loop 6 or 7. I think it was 7. 6. Okay. I think it was 7. He comes up behind me like I'm barely moving, and he's like, "Hey, Charlie, this is hard, eh?" I'm like, I was full bud mode at that point. I'm like, "Yeah, I know it's hard. There's like a foot of snow on the ground." And he passes me like I'm not even moving.
That happened to me at Frozen.
And it was like we were on the same loop at that point. So the next 3 loops, I guess I was taking shorter breaks because I couldn't run like he could run. And I'd come out and he'd pass me during the loop every time. And then finally the last loop, I guess he took less of a break. As I was climbing the first hill, he passed me. And I'm like,
you can have it.
I knew he's running so much better than me. So
he runs so many miles on the trail, that guy.
Yeah.
So many miles. Shout out to Juice. Like I was telling the story.
His legs were just like, he had so much pop in his legs at the end. So I was like, I could barely run in those sections. So
did you see our good buddy Alain Fodor?
I saw him before the race. I don't really know him.
Marco's brother.
But he went out fast and stayed out ahead. So I didn't see him because he was ahead of me the whole time.
Okay, and he finished 10 loops also. You must have seen Ryan Giuliano.
I did not see him. I mean, I'm sure he was part of the pack at the beginning, but he was ahead of me the whole time too.
So like all you guys that finished 10 loops, like Carolyn, Jared Jaworski, I don't know him, but you, Juice, Ryan Giuliano, Alain Fodor, and Chloe Bishop.
So Chloe Bishop was running with, I didn't know who she was, but she was running with Caroline most of the way, and she was ahead of me most of the way till right at the end.
Okay.
But she grinded out the last 2 laps. Like she was like me. She was like we were just trying to survive the last few laps. So
okay. So Victor did 12 loops.
Okay, so my story about Victor that I didn't get to is I asked him how. So I asked him, like, I told him there's a section there on the lake that I was just falling. As soon as it started to run, I was falling. I was like, how did you run that? He told me he was like hopping from one side to the other and avoiding the path.
Oh,
to do, like, so he had like, he's so athletic. He figured out a way to be able to run when like, and I guess he had more energy than me. I think pacing too would have mattered. Like, I think I overpaced at the beginning. So had I had more energy, maybe I would have been able to like, handle it a bit better, but
jeez. Yeah. So Simo and I were texting on Sunday. We're like, oh, I wonder how the boys are doing. Have you heard from? And I was texting, like I was texting Victor. I was texting you. I was like, yeah, maybe they'll have their phone and they want to chat for a loop or whatever. But Victor did text me midday, and he sounded like he was in a good spirits. And then he texted me.
He's a pretty confident kid.
Yeah, he's definitely confident. Some people say that about us, though.
Yeah. Anyway, so he crushed it. Like, he even did an extra loop at the end
when he didn't need to. Good for you.
Like this kid Matt Kozicki too. He did a really good job of pacing because I feel like he passed me Yeah, I wish I
a
were
bit of a negative, maybe not a negative, but like
no, but he did a really good job. Mike Lang, I did not see him. I don't know if he is even.
I saw Aaron Webb comment on Strava. He's like, man, there are some good runners in Manitoba. Like the field has changed a lot in the last 3-4 years, he was saying.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of strong runners there. Like,
well, look how many people did 10 loops on a pretty tough day.
yeah, so that's the thing that Justin told me, that it was the toughest day he had ever had there in terms of conditions. So
we'll get him on the podcast at some point this year.
Yeah. He's such a strong runner though, like, man.
Yeah, he loves his trails and he's crushing it out there. Good for him.
Anyways, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was what do you call it?
Type 2 fun.
Type 2 fun. Yeah, exactly. No, I was very happy with how well I grinded despite having no nutrition. And
yeah, that's on you, man. Come on, Charlie.
No, I'm not saying it's on my fault.
The stomach, right. Sorry. Yeah.
No, totally so I think it was really good training for the backyard that's coming up, because I think the backyard is just like all about grinding through stuff that's shitty, which is I guess I'm not supposed to say that, but the Frozen Falcon, yeah.
Which part can you not say?
Oh, I said shitty.
Oh, I think that one was acceptable on our podcast. We remain family friendly if we say that one. It's the F-bomb that we can't drop.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Notice how clean this podcast is? Like, no F-bombs. It's two brothers shooting the shizzle. Okay, so I keep hearing about these experiences at Frozen. I had signed up last year. I had to pull the shoot because of an injury. I don't remember what, but I wasn't able to go. I'm going to do this race. I don't know when. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to go suffer in Falcon.
I feel like next time, like, there's no way that I can't do 11. Like, I think had I just like gone all in to try to get 11, as opposed to be like, oh, maybe I can get 12.
Yeah, gave up on the 12 and lock in the 11. Take slower loops to start.
Like my first 5 loops, had I done like 43-minute loops, like I would have been so much more fresh. I mean, I think my 5th loop would have been harder because now the snow would have been a little bit earlier, but it got easier at the end. It got slightly, like, the trail got slightly easier for my last loop, even though, well, parts of it did.
Maybe that's why Victor had a loop on his last one.
Yeah.
I'm excited because tomorrow I work with Joel, or strength session. I can't wait to hear his version.
And so Juice was telling me, he was like, oh, I thought for sure I was getting 11. I'm like, I thought I was getting 11 too, for sure. But it just got really hard at the end. So
yeah, that's a good race then. You know, it messes with you a little bit, and you know, pushing through at the end when you're like, I got to do another loop. That means I need to go hard. That means that's good. Shout out to Joel Taze, and what is his company name? Well, Taze Fitness, but he's on the edge running for putting together that neat race. Anything else you want to add on this, Charlie?
Nope.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Great recap. The Frozen Falcon. It sells out quick. I think it sold out in a day or two. So if you want to get in on this race next year, make sure to sign up the day it opens up. Get your registration, get your bib. It's a fun one. 8 hours, loops around Falcon Lake, Ski Hill. And as much as Charlie booted, it sounds like he had some type 2 fun. And as much as you threw an excuse fest day, I mean, you still finished your goal. Your goal was 10 loops and you got it. So congrats on that. And that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Send this to everyone you know that ran this race. Send this clip to everyone you know that was in that race or volunteered, or because it'll mean something to them. So send it out to them. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget, more miles, less pace. Could have used that yesterday.